All right, it's day number 83 of my accountability to myself. I appreciate everyone's attention who watches this, and today I will really try to make this video shorter and to tell about everything briefly because I'm tend to talk about nothing for a couple of minutes, as a result wasting my time and time of someone who watches this. So the first thing, I woke up at 7:40 a.m. and normally this time is considered late for getting up in my case, but today it was good compared to uh, a couple of past days because, for example, yesterday I got up at 8:30, 2 days ago I got up at 9:20. So it was not really bad. And then my morning routine, and I studied for 2 hours sales, nothing special. Then I went to the gym, and yeah, by the way, that's the point. One of the points that I would like to mention, it's really prohibited for me to take rest longer than one day, because as a result, for example, I didn't go to the gym 2 days. Then I went yesterday, I went today, and today I felt that it's hard to train, that my right shoulder hurts, and it's because I let myself to rest. And when I don't really allow myself to rest, when I go to the gym 7, 6 times per week, I feel way better. I feel way better every training, and I feel way more strength, way more power every training. So I don't know how to explain it to people who consider rest as an indispensable part of training, but in my case it doesn't really work, or I just need to change probably my approach, my training program, which I don't really want to change right now. So I just need to go to the gym every day. Yeah, and after that I returned home, and today I wanted to analyze the whole year, and I did it. And it took 4 hours 30 minutes or 4 hours 40 minutes. What I did is I wrote down the whole year, what I remember most, how to say it, most memorable moments, put it in this way. And it took lots of time. Then I worked with that information, what was correct, what was wrong, what can be fixed, what I really went through. And I realized this year was definitely the best one in my life, probably I would say, because each year until I turned 17 years old, I guess each year of my life was wasted, was in vain. I don't remember what uh, I was doing during the first 17 years of my life. I was just living, and probably that's all. In one moment I learned how to make videos because I had TikTok with 26,000 followers, I had YouTube with 2,700 followers, and it was nice. It was nice, all right, but it's the only things that I've done like in my age of 15 years old. And then only after the moment I turned 17 years old, I started immersing myself into discipline. I started learning something. It wasn't really consistent, but at least I started doing this. And this year, compared to the past 3 years, was most productive, was the hardest one, and the most profitable one, the most beneficial. I'm really glad because, if I'm not mistaken, I managed to achieve 70 percentages of the goals that I set for this year. For example, compared to 2023, when I set some goals, I achieved zero of them because they were so unrealistic, especially compared to the person who I was back then. And I just wrote down some incredible desires over real aims, and actually I wrote down 17 aims for the next year, and they're so ambitious. I mean, Not all of them, but to combine really everything, all the 17 aims, I guess it will be most likely impossible, but I always need to set higher standards, higher aims, so I know that I don't really have time to waste. I need to put all the time in studying, all the time in work, and all the time in self development, because I need to reach a point that most likely I cannot reach. And if I cannot reach, I just need to get as close as possible. So probably I will rewrite a couple of my, not rewrite, but I will make another list. I will call it realistic list of my goals, because I don't have goals like to make a million, all right? So I have pretty, I don't want to mention about my goals. I don't like to talk about my goals, all right? And they're realistic, but as I mentioned, I basically don't have time to combine all of them, you know. But we will see. It's a year, it's a whole year. I've never been as productive as I am today. I've never been as disciplined as I am today, and I've never kept this discipline as long enough as I do today. So the next year must be even better if I'm not gonna give up or something. And of course, I won't. So it took 4 hours 30 minutes, and honestly, I haven't analyzed everything I wanted to do, because I have some minor notes that I want to work with, and to analyze what kind of parts can be improved. Because overall picture, I've seen this. I understand what's wrong, what's not, what brought me impact, and so on. But to make the best analysis, I still need to work with some more information. So I'm not sure I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Maybe I will do this in the following days. But I really want to start studying, because it's been a week since the holiday started, and I haven't studied a lot. I mean, in terms of preparation to my exams, and I will have my exams in like 3 weeks, but still 2 of those weeks I will be studying, so I won't really have time to prepare, and it's better to start doing this right now. And yeah, so tomorrow I want to spend more time preparing to the exams, studying the information, specifically studying subjects, university subjects. And also today, in addition to sales, I studied French for 1 hour in the evening. It was already 8 p.m., but I studied French for 1 hour, and I read a book for 30 minutes, which is pretty nice. Then, while reading a book, I've seen one great quote that I wrote down, because recently, like a week ago, I wanted to start a new notebook when I'm gonna write down some things that I've learned per day, and what I found really useful and interesting is that I better repeat in the evening, in the morning, in order to remember it and to reflect on this. So the thing I wrote down: confusion to millions of people who falsely believe that knowledge is power. It's nothing of the sort. Knowledge is only potential power. It becomes power when it's organized into definite plans of action. So, what it means? It basically means that you can gain endless knowledge, you can watch endless podcasts, you can listen to endless smart people, but it doesn't matter how much of knowledge do you possess of if you are unable to apply them in real life. For example, if I studied about neuroscience, about discipline, about patterns of our brain, and it, if I studied it and wouldn't apply, then it wouldn't bring me any benefits. And what I mean is, if you are studying something, you need to apply. Otherwise, like, you don't need to read 10 books. You need to read one book and to apply something from that book, because a lot of people are trying, when especially when they are motivated, they are trying to consume as much as possible. They are trying to do as much as possible, but it doesn't really make sense to that extent. There are of course some information, some contents that should be consumed on the background, and it's pretty nice, because in my case, for example, it just shapes my mind, I would say. It shapes my perception of the world. Sometimes when I go to the gym, when I return after the gym, while cooking, I listen to something. It might be audiobook or some other stuff that really helps me. But yeah, but there are some information that I also should work with. I should take notes. I should reflect on that information, and I should apply it in real life. And I really do this. I don't really do this that much. I guess I better work more profoundly with the information I consume, but still, this is better than nothing, because, for example, compare it again to a year ago, even 6 months ago, when I watched something like this, the content I watched today, I would call it illuminating content. I didn't take any notes. I just tried to keep everything in my mind, and it wasn't really a great idea, honestly. It's way better when you put it down somehow in your notes, paper, or in your phone, and then you can work with that stuff. So it's very important not just gain knowledge, but actually apply them anyhow, somehow. So that's all for today. That's it, and it's 12 minutes video. All right, I was supposed to make it brief. Anyways, without being said, see you tomorrow.